So Natal was on the coast. Then my next area was inland, about 6-8 hours inland, and it was called Caicó. And it was a stake. Had three wards inside the stake. In Brazil, the way it's set up, at least in the inner state. Well, let's see. What do you call it? Basically, when you get away from the coast, you just drive for miles or hours, and then there'll be a huge city, and then you just drive for hours and miles of complete desert and nothing, and then another big city. And so, so once we got to our city, nobody else is around for a couple of hours, but there's a big city, and we had 3 wards, and it was a pretty well-established place. We, I don't know. I was there for 3 transfers. Yep, I was there for 3 transfers, and something my grandpa actually told me before I left on my mission. He said, "Bobby, he served in France way back, and he's a good elderly man, now, and technology wasn't that what it is today back then. So he gave me some advice that I think was a little out of date, but very relevant still. And he just said, Bobby, when you go out to the mission field, just get your mission president's trust and gain his trust, so that he can ship you out to the the bounties of the mission, and he can still trust and have confidence in you that you're not doing anything you're not supposed to be doing as a missionary out there." And so when I got shipped out there, it was pretty far out from the mission and from the mission home. And so I just, I constantly, always remembered that, and it paid off later in my mission, but it was really fun. A couple times the mission president would surprise us out there, and we always had to carry a Book of Mormon in our hand. And just one time, I would always I would never forget the Book of Mormon in my hand, because I just wanted to keep the rules. And the one time that it was right after either a baptism or a baptismal interview, something good that we were all excited for, I forgot my Book of Mormon at the church. And so I was like, "Elder, we got to go back and grab the Book of Mormon." He's like, and we were far away, and it would just be way inconvenient out of the time. And I was like, "Okay, but the second we get home, I'm going to grab a new Book of Mormon, put it in my hand." And we were out of Book of Mormons because I couldn't grab one in my backpack. But obviously, it's going to happen. We're, 10 hours away from the mission home, and lo and behold, my mission president rolls by in his car, rolls down his window and says, "Elder, where's your Book of Mormon?" I'm like, "I always have it." But not that day, or at least not that 20 minutes, literally 20 minutes, and I got caught. Anyways, I made it up to him. I wrote this huge long email explaining the whole thing. I'm sure he didn't even read the whole thing. But anyway, so that was just kind of something funny. No matter how far you are from the mission president, he's just going to drive by any second. You're not going to have something. So